Cool turnout. We're getting smaller and smaller.
We are getting a little bit small. Okay, good morning, everyone. Today is Tool Time Tuesday. I do not remember what number we're on. We have a guest speaker today. Larissa is out of the office. Vinay is going to cover Power Automate for us. So Vinay, take it away.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. Um, Hope you can all see my screen, right?
We can.
Okay, so I think it's projecting in a different monitor. Let me stop and share it again. Okay, can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this call. This is Vinay Jayaraman. So, I have a quick slide about me. So, in the next slide, so I'll talk about me in that slide. We're going to discuss today, about Power Automate. Let me move to the next screen. Okay, so the agenda will be a quick slide about me and then what is Power Platform, because Power Automate is part of the Power Platform solution. So we're going to quickly talk about what is Power Platform, and there are different components are available for Power Platform, and so what are those components? We're going to quickly see those components. And then we're going to talk about the Power Automate. What is Power Automate? A quick overview about it, and what are cloud flows. We're going to just see what are the cloud flows, how it works. Um, then there are connectors, which is one of the core part of the Power Automate. So there are different type of connectors, standard connectors and premium connectors. We're going to quickly touch base on those connectors, and so what exactly, I mean, exactly how you can navigate to Power Automate, where you can actually start doing some automation. So that's the way, that's a logic designer there. So we're going to talk about it. And so Microsoft built a lot of templates for Power Automate users. So we'll cover the templates as well, and um, then we'll create a quick flow. So a simple flow with the SharePoint connection and some emailing there. So we'll do that, and then I'll introduce the last bonus topic at the end. Okay. This is about me. I come with like 20 plus years of experience. I joined MD Anderson last year. Um, so I worked with a lot of other global companies, and then I have all this certification and everything. So mainly for in MD Anderson, I'm focusing on robotic process automation, which is basically helping you to do automating all the repetitive tasks that you do in your day-to-day activities. So there's also other technology which I'm leading, your Power Platform. So that's why I'm just trying to educate all the citizen developers in MD Anderson about what is Power Platform, how we can make use of Power Platform as well. So I report to Jerry Callaway in EDA department, and Jerry reports to Satish Parameswaran. Okay, so it's a quick intro about me. Okay, so this is the core of the discussion. So what is Power Platform? So Power Platform is basically, it's a Microsoft tool. It's a part of Office 365 solutions, right? So Microsoft introduced, when they actually introduced the Office 365, we know, all of us know, we have Excel, we have a Word and all other tools, right? And then they started integrating, one by one, all these things, part of our Office 365. But this office, even though it's part of Office 365, this group of these technologies are called as Power Platform. Okay, so you have Power BI, which is analytical solution. You can create dashboards, reports using Power BI, and there's a Power Apps. This is a low-code application development platform, and that is a Power Automate, which is a workflow automation tool. That's what we're going to talk about today. And there's a Power Virtual Agents. We can actually create chatbots using this technology. And we have Power Pages. Pages are basically a web tool. We can create a website for our internal customer as well as for the external customers. Okay, so these five are the core components of our platform, and we have a data connectors, and this is basically an API for data connectors. From Power Platform, you can connect to internal system like Office 65 or your Word or your Outlook, or you can connect to external system like Twilio, all other third-party tools. So these connectors are one of the core components of Power Platform. Then we have Microsoft Database. Database is basically Microsoft Cloud database. Suppose if you wanted to do any of the solutions using these technologies, I mean, you can use Microsoft Database as a backend database to store the data. Then we have a AA Builder. AA Builder is the artificial intelligence model can be built using this AA Builder. This is also available as part of the Power Platform. Okay. Yeah, little more details about this technology. So Power BI is analytical tool, right? So you can connect your different data sources. It could be anything like SQL databases or Excel files or anything, right? Your SAP database or anything. So you can build analytical dashboards. But this Power BI, we have a separate team for MD Anderson that is under the EDEA team. So they actually own this Power BI portion. So for our team, EDA team, we focus on the rest of the other four technologies here. So Power Apps, we do a lot of Power Apps development, which is low code platform, and Power Automate. Yeah, so we also do Power Automate solutions for the organization level, and we also educate the citizen developers for how to create a simple solution on their own. Okay, and Power Virtual Agents, again, it's a chatbot platform. We actually built one chatbot for a lab information system. It's like when you submit your MRN and few information dates, and it will connect to our lab information system and fetch some of the information for their customers. So Power Pages is Microsoft recently introduced. We are building few of the solutions using the Power Pages as well. This is just to give you overall, what's a Power Platform or where Power Automate lies. But our focus for today is a Power Automate on the material. Okay. Okay. So within Power Automate, there are different components are there. You have AA Builder, which is also part of a Power Automate. You have Process Advisors, and you have Power Automate for web, desktop, mobile, Teams, and different combinations. The main thing is for Automate Cloud, this one, the green one. So this is what we'll be focusing on today, and this is what I mean, easy to use, and people, citizen developers can start working on this straight away without a lot of complex technology needs. Okay. Okay. So how the cloud flow works, right? When you think about Power Automate flows, there are two important components to it. One is the trigger, the other one is the action. So trigger is the one, because this is a automated flows. I mean, we can build instant flows as well on demand. I'll cover that in the upcoming slides. But most part, it is an automated flow. You want something to happen right by itself without any human intervention, right? So suppose, let's say, if you want some automation to trigger based on some emails with a specific subject, so that's a trigger. So you can set up those rules in the Outlook, and then you connect the Power Automate to the Outlook, and then suppose if you want you to be notified or someone to be notified when a specific email arrives, so that can be built using Power Automate, right? So the trigger is the one, then I can give another example for trigger for your SharePoint, right? If you have a SharePoint list and you have a data on it, and somebody is making changes to the SharePoint list, you want someone to be notified, right? Then that's a trigger. So there are a lot of triggers available. I can show you when I show the Power Automate platform. And so any automated flow needs a trigger with a set of actions. Okay. Okay, so when you come to trigger, right, there are three types of triggers available. One is automated triggers that I just explained, like your email. This could be one of the automated trigger, or any edits in the SharePoint list. This could be another automated triggers. And instant, this one is basically if you build something, right, specifically, you wanted to do it manually, run a specific point in time. So we could build instant cloud flows. There could be a button when you click on the button and things will start working. So there's an option to build instant flow as well. This is on demand. When you know whenever we need, we can actually make use of this instant flows. Then there is a third one, which is actually scheduled one. Suppose you want some automated process to run, in off hours or weekends, right? And no one wanted to monitor it. You want to have, happen in a specific time. That is when the scheduled flows are useful. So you can build some automation, and you can schedule it in the midnight, or during the weekend, Saturdays or Sundays or whatever time. And then the flow will, start exactly, based on the schedules, and then the automation will go on. So these are the three type of triggers, and then the connectors. There are three types of connector as well. One is standard connectors, and the other one is the premium connectors, and then the third one is the custom connector. Yeah, so most of the standard connectors are available for free, because this is part of the A5 license. All the MD Anderson employees we have. So any standard connectors is free to use. You don't need any additional licensing. And if it comes to premium connectors, then you may need additional licenses. Um, our team is working on a process to allocate the premium licenses for the end users. We're still working on it, and we will be publishing some kind of a link wherein you can request your premium licenses in the future. But for now, if anyone looking for any licenses, you can reach our team. We'll be able to help you. To start with, just focus on the standard. If you're starting new, just focus on the standard connectors, and then start building something new. So custom connector is mainly for developers like us. If we have a specific connectors or specific application which is not in existing Power Automate, then actually we will put some code in place and then build these custom applications. So this may not be useful for, the citizen developers as such. Okay. Okay. So here is the quick look at the standard connections. What are the standard connections we have here? So your Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, Microsoft Form, Planner. This first row is most of the user will be using. And you have Outlook, RSS, the Power BI, OneNote, notification, Office 365 user. So this is there are a lot of other standard connectors as well. Just to give you, critical or important ones. So these are the ones. So these are all free to use. So if you want to build some automation using Outlook or OneDrive, or Gmail, these are free to use. Or if you want to, move some files within the file system from one folder to another folder, we can use the file system. Okay. So I'll take up any questions or anything at the end, okay. So this is the premium connector. So premium connectors mainly will use for organization level applications. Mainly our team uses some of the premium connectors. So mainly the SQL Server one we are using. So the Dataverse one we are using for some of our use cases. And if you have any specific requirement to use premium connectors, then we can actually start looking into it. Okay, so I'll show the link where you can go and see what are the connectors are available on premium as well as the standard connectors, and then you can start exploring more on that. Okay, so how the designer will look like when you log into Power Automate on the cloud. So this is what you'll be seeing here. So you'll see the My Flows. You can go to My Flows where you'll see all the flows built by each one of us, and then if you can go to create new, and then this is where we can create, we select the trigger type, and then we start creating it. And we have a template, connectors, and data. This is the process monitor we talked about. And then we have the AI builder and process advisors and other things. So our focus will be mainly on my flows or create on templates, okay, and connected. These four major, most of the time we'll be using this four here, okay. So this is a sample screenshot of a flow. So if you see on the top when a file is created, right? So this is the trigger. This trigger will work whenever there is a new file created in the SharePoint. This is the SharePoint trigger. So this get my profile is Office 365 action, which basically gets everyone our profiles, and because somewhere down the line we'll be using our email address for sending notifications, so it has to get the profile right here. This is the approval action and so on. There's a logics you can build using loops or if or other condition as well. So this is how the logic designer will look like, and when you go and design your flows here. Okay, so templates. Templates are useful for any user starting first time with the Power Automate. Okay, so Microsoft built some of the templates which we can actually go and use it ready-made. We don't have to, put a lot of time, identifying which action to use or which trigger to use for certain standard scenarios. So these are all the different templates available. I mean, this list goes beyond this. This is just a screenshot of the first set of templates which we can see in the screen. Okay, like let's take an example. Save email attachment from Outlook to Dropbox. So if you take a look at this template, we have two action items here. So the emailing and it's your Dropbox. So all you need to do is if you want to build something like this, choose this template and then set up your connections to your Outlook and set up your connection to the Dropbox and then start using this template. Okay. So we're going to take one of the templates today and then start building something quick. So that's coming up. Okay. Any questions so far?
Nothing in the chat yet.
Okay. Good. So yeah, so I'm going to just quickly build this flow and then show you some of the layout and all that we have seen. Okay. So I'm going to stop my camera so I can present this. I'm going to share a different screen. Let me know if you can all see it. Everyone can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so how do we navigate to the Power Automate? So that's the very first thing. So you can either type make.powerautomate.com like this, or else as soon as the new web page is loaded, you can go to this and then you can select Power Automate right here. Okay, so this is the home screen of the Power Automate, right? So there are different. So this is when you'll create new, click on this. Okay, this automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, and scheduled cloud flows. Okay, so we're not going to focus on all these things for now. This is the three flow type which I described in the earlier slides. Okay. So for this exercise, what we are going to do is we're going to use the templates. So we can directly go to the link which I put it in the slide, make.powerautomate.com/template, or you can just come here, come to Power Automate and then click on templates. Either way, it works fine. Okay, so these are the different template that we have, right? It's a big list of templates. So I'm going to specifically, work on this template that we are interested in. So let me just copy this. Okay. So I'm going to just create a Power Automate flow. Whenever my SharePoint list is modified, just send an email. Okay. So that's what I'm typing here. When an item in a SharePoint list is modified, send an email. Okay. And then you can search. Okay. So so it gives a list of flows. All what we are going to do is we're going to select the first one right here on the top. Anyone wanted to, I mean, do it parallelly? I mean, you can do as well. So that's why one of the reason I'm going slow. So navigate to the Power Automate and then go to the templates and then type this text right here. I can put it in the chart. Okay. Um, so I'm going to select this. So there are three components here. One is the SharePoint, which is our trigger, and then there is the Office 365 users, and then we have an email Outlook for the sending emails. So I have all the connection already set up. If you are seeing this because I already have connection, so if you don't see this, that means you need to create a new connection. Go here and then click on add new connections. Then you can sign in. Then the new connection will get created. So when you're doing the first time, I think we may need to create this connection first time. So I have all the connection already existing. So it just picked up everything for me. So we have to create one SharePoint connection and Office 365 connection, and then Office 360 users and Office 365 Outlook. Okay. So now I'm going to just continue here. Okay. So it's already created all the templates for us. It's already filled all this information and everything. So all we need to do is we need to pick up the right SharePoint site here, because I already have my connection for SharePoint setup. It's going to display all the site which I have access to. So I'm going to select this Power Automate POC SharePoint, and then it's going to display all the list within this. So I'm going to select Getting Started with Power Automate, this list name. So for
So
this exercise,
Vinay, when you
Mhm.
go to pick the SharePoint site, can you just type in the name of the SharePoint site, or can you provide the full URL? Can you do both?
Yeah, we can do both, but it will actually display once you connect it, right, it will actually
Mm-hmm.
display all the SharePoint that you have access to. See, all the
Okay.
SharePoint which I have access to, it will be displayed. So we can
Okay.
just choose and move forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So once choose the site, then it's going to display all the list within that particular site. Okay, so I'm choosing this one because I already created this one here. Under Power Automate SharePoint, I created my SharePoint list Getting Started with Power Automate. So this is the one I'm going to make updates now for this test. Okay. Um, so this is done. So this process we don't have to do anything because it's going to pick up our user IDs. So this is my Office 365 users connection. So it will be used here, right here, because once you connect to Office 365, and you will be able to get all the details about our profile of any users here. So let me show you. If I go here, right, let me add an action variable, for example. Okay, initialize variable. I'm just saying. So I just want to show you what are the things you can see from here, right? So once you connected from the user list, you'll be able to see everything. See about me, birthday, business phone, city, company name. These are all for the individual users. I mean, here I connected to my connection, so it gives me to my individual user details. So I can take any information about me here. So my skills, whatever is updated in our MD Anderson system, we'll be able to see. If suppose if you wanted to get our details, and you'll be able to get after you connect to Office 365 users. Okay. So just want to show you that. Let me delete this. Okay, so this case, it's only taking the email address because it's going to send an email to my email ID whenever there is a change. Okay, that's all. We don't need to do anything else. We just set it up the site address, list name, and then all set. We're going to save and test this one. Okay, so after saving, we can also run the flow checker to make sure there is no errors. In this case, there is no errors, zero errors, zero warnings. And that means we are ready to run. So click on test because we're doing it manually. Just select manually and click on test. So now the flow is running. So all we need to do is we need to do the triggering operations here. Okay, we'll see this message here. To see it work, now modify a list item in the SharePoint folder you selected. Okay, so the flow is running. I'm going to go ahead here and then add a record here. So I'll put demo value 2. Okay, so now we can go back and check what happened to the flow. Yeah, so it executed successfully. Your flow ran successfully, and you can see the results here, right? So it took this list and it took my user ID. You will see my user ID. It took um, then it sent emails to my user ID. Okay, so everything is successful, all green. Now I can go and check my Outlook and see if I received my email. Okay, yes, this is the email I received. Okay, so this is very simple format what they displayed, but we can actually customize this whatever way we wanted. We can actually include all the tables and everything, different formats. So this is the simple template email. So it says, okay, demo value 2 was modified by the users. Okay. Any question? Anyone tried along the line? Okay. I mean, this steps are going to be there in the presentation as well. I mean, you're welcome to try after this call as well. Okay. That's about it. The last surprise topic. Let me bring up that. Okay. So this is the bonus topic. Basically, recent power, recent mic, recent this Power Automate introduced natural language automation, like using Chat GPT and then your automations, right? You don't have to actually, so templates are good one to start, even if you don't want to use the templates, and this is something interesting which we can use. All you need to do is go and describe your requirement in the natural language, and then it will start working. Okay, so I think we have just 1 minute. I quickly go there and then describe.
So
Okay.
basically, if you're not sure what template to use, you can just describe it, right? So
Yes, yes.
if a task gets assigned to me, send
Mhm.
me an email.
Correct, correct. So that's what I'm going to do it. This is very easy to look at because you go to the home screen. This is where you will see. Okay, so they have given some samples. Okay, let's automate. Okay, so whenever it's all this sample, send an email notification. Okay, this is basically when I click on the button, the notification will be sent. It's a simple 2 actions. You can describe whatever you wanted to hear, but they have given some samples. If you want to try out, this is describe it and design it. This is still in preview, but this works quite better. Okay, if I click next, create flow, your flow is ready. This it looks different because it's showing in a copilot mode. I mean, once you save it, you can actually change it to a regular mode. Okay. So there are multiple samples they have given. If you want to try out, just choose any one of those samples there, and then you can start creating the templates. That's all for today. Any question or anything?
We have a question. Where can we locate the free GitHub?
GitHub?
Yeah, the GitHub. Is that the connector that someone saw?
Where is it? Let's see, GitHub connector. Yeah, so if you want to go to the connectors, right, I'll show you a place where you can navigate. You can go to the more because they interchange everything. If you go click on more and go to discover all, okay, and then you can go to connectors right here. Search for connectors, GitHub. Yeah, so GitHub is right here. Do you have a credential for GitHub already? And then you can start using this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have access to Microsoft Copilot?
Yes, everyone have access to Microsoft. If you go to home, right, Power Automate Home, this is the Copilot version. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they added in the home as well.
And so
see,
I'm assuming Copilot is only coming up for some stuff like Power Automate and
yes,
not for everything yet.
yes. Again, it's still in a preview mode. So they're going to include more and more, but still in preview mode. So it won't expect as good as we expect, but it's kind of getting there.
Okay.
Okay.
Jamie, you have your hand raised?
Yes. I have a question that's actually more related to the Dataverse. So I'm part of the Power Community group that you also lead. So I've started trying to learn more about the Dataverse and watching some of those videos that y'all recommended. But my first and main question is about environments, because the first thing it had me do is create my own environment. But I just question, like, what if something happens to me? I win the lottery and I'm no longer here. Does the stuff that I create in the Dataverse, is that like linked to me forever? And then if my team wants to use it, if something happened to me, like how does that work if an employee leaves, but they created a bunch of stuff in their own environment?
Yeah, so ideally, so if you are using your own environment, for example, so I have my own environment as well, but ideally, yeah, it stays within you unless you tell somebody to move, things out of that to a different environment. It stays within that environment. Yes, and
So
so for our practical purpose, what we do is we actually have a development environment. So for example, EDI. So we have the EDI developer environment where, more than me, all our team is part of it, so that everyone will access to it. So that's one of the suggestions within your team, right? If you create a common environment for your entire team, and all of you can be part of it, and even if you leave or move to a different role, then somebody else will have access to this environment.
awesome. Okay, I think I'll look more into that about creating a team environment. And then just to finish that thought, I think this actually came up in our Tool Time Tuesday group or something, but someone asked like if I wanted to make a table or something, where's the best place? And I think Leslie, it might have been you who posted lists versus Dataverse for teams versus just full on Dataverse. And so just Vinay, when you mentioned like creating a team environment, is that related to the Microsoft Teams team, or like my team that's not related to Microsoft at all, but just like my boss and my coworkers?
Yeah, I mean your coworkers. Yeah, your
Okay,
team.
cool.
Yeah, the teams is confusing, I know.
It
Same
is. I
words,
mean,
different definitions.
Different definition.
exactly.
Yes. I mean, they Microsoft have a different version of the database for Teams as well. Yeah, that's different
Yeah,
story.
and so when I was looking at that like list comparison, I think it was you, Leslie, that posted it. I decided that for what I'm trying to make, I was gonna try just full on teams. I have some like SQL background and everything, and I see that you got meetings coming up, so I'll probably let you go. But is it okay to reach out
Yeah,
and ask specific questions about?
let me ping my Jerry and he keeping. Let me tell him. Okay.
We do have
Join.
one more question. Someone would like to join your team. So is is your team open to taking on new members? Should they just contact you?
I mean, there is any role available right now. It's just kind of, I mean, they're going to help, or they wanted to move completely into our team. I think they can reach Jerry. Jerry is my manager. He can able to
Okay.
help you. But right now, we don't have any role as such. But yeah, he can help on that. Okay. We can, I mean, we can have follow-up meetings. If you want to have more discussion about the Power Automate, definitely I'm here to help you all. Okay.
All right. Thank you for everyone for joining. I'm going to end the recording now.
Thank you.